I'm going to put this here just in case, because, yeah. Energize your arms forward. Yeah. For some reason, that doesn't feel good in your body. You just have your arms by your side body. Perfect. Connect to your breath. Take a deep breath in, and then press all the air out through your mouth. See the next 60 minutes really as an opportunity to reset, if anything. Yeah. Yeah, the movement is great, you know, all that jazz, but the opportunity to reset really is the true yoga. So let's focus on that. Okay, what I want you to do in child's pose is come up onto your fingertips. Yeah, so your arms stay straight and you kind of want to claw the mat. Yeah. So just begin to feel the activation of your arms. And as you do that, let your shoulders drop down your back. And then staying low, I want you to walk your hands over towards the right a little, but stay on your fingertips so you're crawling. Yeah. So you begin this side body kind of opening. Yeah. Notice if the left hip wants to pop up. If it does, then, you know, don't crawl over as much. Come back through center. Reach forward a little more. So you just create a little bit more like enthusiasm, like jazz hands, and then crawl over to the left. Yeah. And the same deal. Your right side of the body gets this elongation. Come back to center. Re-extend the fingertips. Press up onto all fours into tabletop position. Yeah. Stack the hands underneath the shoulders. Tops of the feet can be down or the toes can curl. Sink the spine down and look forward. Exhale, round the spine deeply and look in. Just like that. Inhale, sinking the spine down and looking forward. Arms active. Exhale, rounding the spine deeply and looking in. So movement and breath. Inhale, sinking the spine down and looking forward. Exhale, rounding the spine deeply and looking in. One more. Inhale, sinking the spine down and looking forward. Exhale, rounding and looking in. Come to a flat back tabletop position. Curl the right toes straight back. Integrate the right kneecap, the quadricep, begin to feel. Hands active into the mat. Perfect. Pause. Hug your left knee towards your navel. So keep your right leg like that. Lower the left shin, the left knee down to the mat. Float the right leg up. Just like that. Lower the right leg back down. Yep. Integrate the quadricep, lift the left knee towards the navel. So it's just going to be a little bit of like funky movement. Arms are active. Lower the left knee shin back down to the mat. Float the right leg up. Integrate. Keep your arms straight though. So you're not in a push-up. Your arms are straight. Lower the right leg back down. Integrate the leg and then lift the kneecap back up. So it's like knee towards navel. This time, don't lower it down. Slide into plank. Yep. Bring more weight forward. Lead a little with your heart and chest. Drop your knees down on an angle halfway to a supported push-up. Elbows slide by your side body, reminding you that less is more. So don't go so deep or too far. Re-straighten your arms. Again, halfway to supported push-up. Elbows slide by your side ribs. Neck is neutral. Re-straighten your arms. You guys look thrilled. Halfway to a supported push-up. Re-straighten your arms. Lift the knees. You're back in plank. 3 breaths. Straight line of energy. Drop your knees, tabletop position. Walk your knees in a tiny bit if it doesn't feel, the alignment doesn't feel quite right. Curl the left toes into the mat. Integrate that back left quadricep. Just pause. Begin to feel the stabilization of your hips. So it's important that when you move through the practice, you stay aligned, right? Float the right knee towards the navel. So you're just squeezing in and up. Arms are active. There's a scooping of your navel. Your gaze is forward just a tad without your neck drifting forward. Lower that right knee shin down to the floor and then float your left leg up so it's hip height. Flex. Lower the foot, integrate the leg. Float the right knee up, hug it in. Lower it back down, float the left leg. Watch that the hip doesn't open, guys. Lower the left foot, hug the right knee, give it a squeeze. Squeeze. Slide back plank. Right foot meets. You got it. Bring more weight forward onto your tippy toes. Neck is neutral, dristy forward. Halfway to a push-up, drop your knees if you dealt better with that. Halfway to that push-up, hold. Halfway to a push-up and hold. Revisit plank. Hips go up and back, down dog. Maybe a little less suffering. A little bit less suffering. A little bit more enjoyment, if possible. Roll forward plank position like an ocean wave. Lead a little with your heart and chest. Always look at your hands and make sure your index fingers are forward or a little turned out. Yeah. Halfway to a push-up. Lift your hips up 2 inches. Your hips, hip points. The eyes of your hips up, belly draws in. Plank position. Oh boy. Hips go up and back, down dog. One more time. Roll forward plank. Right here. You got it. Halfway to a push-up. Up dog or cobra. Pick your poison with this. Neck is neutral. Hips go up and back, downward facing. Notice if you go immediately into like rush mode, right? We call it the hit and run. Right. See if you could slow down. Look to the top of the mat. Take 2 big steps or 7 to get there, depending on how you feel. When you arrive, feet together or separated, up to you. Long spine on the inhale breath. Hands can rest on your shins. Exhale, fold into yourself. Let it go. Try that again. Inhale, long spine. Create some space and length. Weight is forward. Exhale, fold. Root to rise. Come all the way up. Drag it to prayer. Drop your arms. Arms go straight up towards the sky. Dive over, bend knees, forward fold, let your head go. Long spine to set you up. 2 big steps to get you back to plank. 1, 2. Halfway to a push-up. Up dog or cobra. Pick however you feel best in this or take it out. Hips go up and back, down dog. Everyone looks good. They're not throwing their necks back, so that's awesome. Arms are straight. Look where you want to go. You can step, float, skip, or crawl to get to the top. Long spine on the inhale. Exhale, fold. Root to rise, come all the way up. Drag it to prayer. Drop your arms. Arms go straight up towards the sky. Dive over, bend knees, forward fold, let your head go. Long spine sets you up. 2 big steps. Try to alternate which foot you step back. So if you always step back with your right foot, go right, left. Yeah. Halfway to a push-up. Up dog or cobra. Neck is neutral. Nice. Hips go up and back, down dog. Each one gets a little better. At least we aim for that. Arms are straight. Look where you want to go. You can step or float to the top. Long spine. Fold. Root to rise. Come all the way up. Drag it to prayer. Drop your arms. Arms go straight up towards the sky. Dive over, bent knees, forward fold. Let your head go. Long spine to prepare. 2 big steps to get you back. If you do choose to hop, you're hopping light into a low push-up. Up dog is smooth. You press even through the hands, the tops of the feet. Hips go up and back, down dog. Fire up the sides of the triceps. Let the shoulders move away from your ears. Arms are straight. Look where you want to go. Step or float. To the top we go. Long spine. Fold in half. Root to rise. Come all the way up. Drag it to prayer. Drop your arms. Arms go straight up towards the sky. Dive over, bent knees, forward fold. Long spine to prepare. Step or float through your vinyasa. Up dog is smooth. Hips go up and back, down dog. Breathe. Breathe your right leg up and back, 3-legged down dog. Point your right toes, come forward, hug your right knee in, give it a good squeeze. Step the right foot forward and through into a low lunge. Be on your fingertips. Blocks are always helpful. Rise to a crescent lunge. Come up nice and slow. As you arrive into crescent lunge, you have to iron out that low back. So if you feel that there's pulling, options for that will be tipping the torso a tad forward or softening your back knee, or maybe both, right? Side body nice and long. Fingertips are alive. They're part of your body, so really activate them. Shoulders drop down the back. And you're not breathless. You're breathing into the pose. You're going to drag the hands to prayer at heart. Pause. Lean out just a little bit, and you're going to air twist just a tad to the right, which means you're not hooking. If you hooked your elbow, you got to come up a couple inches and just take a little baby air twist. Integrating that back left leg, looking sideways or looking up. Right knee tracks over right ankle. Nice. Gaze to the floor, left hand down, right arm peeled into an easy twist. If you have a block nearby, you could slide that block underneath the shoulder. So the side of your shoulders stay nice and long, so there's no clunking up, crunching up of those shoulders. Right hip grips in. Right hand to the floor, pause. You're going to turn your back foot on a sharp angle. You're going to find triangle from the ground up. So you're going to open up your back foot and straighten out your right leg. You'll use that same block if you need it. You'll just move it to the outside of the right calf. That's it. You kind of need to pick your distance for triangle. It's going to be different for everyone. Jackie, open up your back foot more. Yeah, perfect. Always a micro bend in that right knee is a good idea. Side ribs nice and long. Shoulders slide down the back, anchoring your feet, your inner thighs, feeling the ground, kind of zipping yourself up. I want you to take your left arm and see if you can wrap it up and forward towards the front edge of the mat. Turn your baby finger towards the ground. That's the direction the arm should be going. So you're getting this side body opening while you continuously turn the right ribs towards the mirror. Transition's going to be a little fun. Stay with me. Gaze to the floor. Left hand's going to come down. Left knee is going to drop into a modified side plank. So you're going to open your hips up towards the feel good, do good. Yes. Left knee is down, right leg is up. Right foot flexes. See if you could bring this knee a little bit more underneath you. It's going to be easier. Yeah, closer to you. There you go. You're just kind of giving yourself a nice opening here. A couple more breaths. You guys are looking good. Stay with the transitions. They're everything. Right hand down, right leg stays lifted. Square off the hips. Curl the left toes into the mat. The right leg stays lifted. Three-legged down dog. Right leg lifted, three-legged down dog. Can't get it out. Come forward, hug the right knee in again. Step the right foot forward and through. Turn the back foot sharp. Warrior one. Your back foot's at about a 70-degree angle. I am very bad at math, but that's almost completely forward. Yeah. Yeah. It's okay. You don't need to be good at math. There's other things in life. Left rib spin forward. Right hip grips in. Hands to the floor, plank position. Chaturanga push-up. Up dog, smooth. Hips go up and back, down dog. Breathe the left leg up and back, three-legged down dog. Lift from your inner thigh, point your toes. Come forward, hug your left knee and give it a good little squeeze. Look forward, step the left foot forward. Iron out your stance. Make sure it's long enough and wide enough before you just bounce up. Rise, crescent lunge. Left hip squares, kind of steers back a little, back right leg. Nice and engaged. Fingertips alive. Define what works for you here. Yeah. Front line of the body is getting a nice opening. Drag your hands to prayer. So it's a subtle lean forward. So it's almost like you're going to launch to a warrior three, but then you air twist a little. Yeah. So you point your left elbow. The spine stays long. Zip up that back leg. Watch that the left knee doesn't turn in. Yes. This is where all our weaknesses show up, and we have to hold the poses. We see where we're weak. Gaze to the floor, right hand down, left arm tense. You're like, I feel weak all over. No. Use a block if you need to for your easy twist, or come up onto a tented hand or a fisted hand. Watch the left knee. Keep the knee moving forward. Think of your arms as side plank arms. Left hand to the floor, pause. Arrange your feet and straighten the left leg, triangle from the ground up. So you're just going to move the block to the outside of the calf if you need it. Pull up anywhere across the front of that shin. That's it. Make sure your stance is long enough, big enough, wide enough, and your back foot is open. Yeah. Perfect, Danielle. Side body long. I always pay attention to the front knee. You want to make sure you don't go into hyperextension, which is like an overly straight leg, especially if you know you're more mobile. Your breath is with you. You're not breathless. You're trying to enjoy every pose that you kind of hit and feel it. Take your right arm and wrap it forward if you can, even if it's just a little bit. Yeah. So you get this side body kind of elongation from the outer blade through those fingertips without dumping into that left side. To keep turning your bottom left ribs. Eyes to the floor. Right hand comes down. Just drop your right knee and roll right into a modified side plank towards the mirrored wall now. Yeah. If you feel like your knee is really far underneath your hip, it's going to be hard to balance. Your hip and your knee are pretty much making a 90-degree angle. Yeah. Stack it up. Side ribs long. Yeah. Bark up your top toes. Left hand to the floor. Keep your left leg lifted. Just curl your right toes into the mat. Lift up to a three-legged down dog. See, I got it out that time. Left leg is lifted in space. Come forward one more time and hug your left knee back in. Step the left foot forward and through. Turn the back foot sharp. Anchor and rise, warrior one, left side. Right rib spin. Yeah, back is sensitive. You could tip your torso just a tad forward. You don't want to be like leaning into it, but just a little. Outer blade of your back foot anchors you. Neck is neutral, which means you're not dropping your neck back. That's it. Hands to the earth, plank, or decide what you need here. If plank, push-ups aren't your thing today, just take them out. Up dog is smooth. Hips go up and back, downward facing. Deep breath in. Full breath out. Look to the top of the mat. You can step, float, skip, or crawl. Long spine. Fold. Chair pose. Weights in your heels. Yeah. So your feet could be together or they could be separated, hips width distance. You pick. Shoot up to stand up. Drag it to prayer. Drop your arm. So from the top here, arms go straight up towards the sky. Heavy in your heels for chair. Dive over bent knees, forward fold. Long spine sets you up. Step or float. Vinyasa. Up dog, smooth. Hips go up and back, down dog. Right foot forward, back foot turns. Warrior one. To the floor we go, chaturanga. Jess, has the music been skipping around? No, I don't know why. Whatever. The least of my problems. We just go with the flow. Left foot forward, back foot turns, root to rise, warrior one. It's fine. No, it's fine. I'll do it manually. You're like, I just don't want to do the yoga. Chaturanga.
Yesterday was the fireman.
Yeah. It's fine. It doesn't matter. Fine. Go do your vinyasa. Yeah. Look where you want to go. Step or flow to the top. Long spine. Fold. Chair pose. Chair, guys. Heavy in your heels. Stick your butt way back. There you go. Shoot up to stand up. Drag it to prayer. Drop your arms. Arms go straight up towards the sky. Heavy in your heels for chair. Fold over your leg. Long spine to prepare. Step or float through your vinyasa. You don't have to hop. You can just step back. Up dog is smooth. You can take it out. Hips go up and back, down dog. Right foot forward, back foot turns, root to rise, warrior one. You're not flying in and out of the poses. You feel, and then you release. To the floor you go. Chaturanga, you feel everything you're doing. The up dog is smooth. Hips go up and back, down dog. The left foot lands, the back foot turns. We root to rise, warrior one. To the floor we go, chaturanga. Up dog, smooth. Hips go up and back, down dog. Stay with it. Arms are straight. Look where you want to go. You can step or float to the top. We go. Long spine, fold. Chair, weights in your heels. Shoot up to stand up. Drag it to prayer. Drop your arms. Arms go straight up. Heavy in your heels for chair. Dive over, bent knees, forward fold. Long spine to prepare. Step or float through your vinyasa. Up dog is smooth. Hips go up and back, down dog. Right foot forward, back foot turns. Rise, warrior one. To the floor we go, chaturanga. Building some momentum, creating more heat. When you hit your dog, the left foot lands, the back foot turns. To the floor we go. Moving at your own pace, we're all a little different. No judgment. Downward facing is where we hold. Look to the top, step or float to get there. Long spine, fold, sit into your chair. Press up to stand up, drag it to prayer. Stagger with your neighbor, so like the first person's a little, yeah, just a tiny bit. Hug your right knee towards your navel, give it a good squeeze. Yeah, start with always grabbing below the kneecap with both your hands, so you could just neutralize your everything. Flex the right foot. Reach down, grab your big toe if you have that flexibility. Even if you're not going to extend the leg all the way forward, it's a good way to take it. Left hand slides to your hip. Right leg extends forward at any amount. If you're not extending it forward, just keep it bent. Hand can always be to the front of the knee. Left arm extends up towards the sky. So like we started, kind of keeping the pelvis neutral is what I'm trying to have you focus on. You don't want to make big movements in here where your hips come out way out of alignment. Everything's pretty neutral. Okay, so the right leg's going to swing out a little bit to the right. It's only a little bit. The second you feel like your hip comes out of alignment, you've gone too far. Left arm can drop down. Jean, you have to kind of cactus your arm because you're close to the wall. Same with Chrissy. Yep. Perfect. You should feel this on your outer right hip. Yep. And stand up tall. Left arm out, Jody. Yep. Both of you. Both Jodys. Jody squared. Lengthen your tailbone. Tree pose. Bend your right leg. You can use your hands. Get it in there to the inside of that left leg somewhere, and then regrow your branches. Fix your eyes on something that's not moving. That's truly your best bet. Grip your hips in like you're in a warrior two. Feel the extension through your side body while your shoulders drop down. Swing your right knee forward without using your hands. Step your right foot down next to your left. Drag your hands to prayer. Take a breath in. Drop the weight all the way over to the right side and hug your left knee towards your navel. Yes, give both your hands a nice squeeze around that front of that kneecap to start. It's always a good place to stay if you feel like you can't move on, right? Hook the big toe or keep your hand to the front of that knee. Right arm extends up. Extend the left leg forward any amount. So I'm just going to remind you that standing right leg is powerful and straight. The leg that's kicking forward can have as much bend as you need, but you want your shoulders to draw down your back. The left shoulder draws down your back, left hip steers back. Left leg swings open a little bit, just a little bit. Right arm drops, open, palm faces up so you could receive some energy. If the wall or someone's nearby, you can cactus your arm. Lengthen your tailbone. You have to draw the belly in deep and stand up a little taller. Grip your hips in. Tree pose, bend your left leg up into the inside of the right leg anywhere. Just I would recommend not pressing against the inside of the knee, especially if the meniscus is messed up. Yeah. Regrow your branches, side ribs long. Fix your eyes on something that's not moving. Keep the arms moving up. Swing your left knee forward without using your hands. Keep your arms up. Lower your left foot to meet your right foot and sit deep into chair. Yeah. Drag your hands to prayer. Inhale your breath. Let's hook and twist towards the right. If your lower back feels extra sensitive, don't twist so deep. Just rest your elbow on the top of your thigh or air twist. It's always a good idea to look at your feet, your shins, your knees, and make sure they're not sliding past each other. Yeah, spine is long, look sideways, look up. Open your arms if you have more kind of bandwidth. If not, just stay. Heavy in your heels, chair, pull it around. Stay in your legs. Drag it to prayer, pray, inhale the breath, hook and twist. Towards the mirrors, if you get a glimpse of yourself, just smile. Yeah. Yeah, check in with your feet. This time around, when we twist, the right knee likes to swing past. So weight stays back, spine is long. Open up your arms if you want more. Yeah. Chair, pull it around, stay in your legs, arms moving up. Sit all the way down to boat, Navasana. That was graceful, guys. Wow. I have to say, yeah. That was a geriatric transition for sure. Yeah, that was like, I don't know what the hell that was. So you're lowering into boat Navasana. Everyone's oohing and eyeing. We're actually going to do a hollow hold, okay? So I need you to lower down more. And then you're going to reach your arms forward. So it's going to look like this. Now, if lower back, Chrissy, if this doesn't feel good, keep your legs up higher. I don't know how this feels for your condition. Okay. Reach. Yes. Neck is neutral. Stay with it. Good. Yeah. If it's too much, hands can go behind the head. You have a few more breaths. Let the hands apart, reach them forward. Pull yourself up into boat. Boat. Cross the ankle, step or float. Chaturanga. Up dog. Smooth. It's okay. Hips go up and back, down dog. Right foot forward, turn your back foot sharp. Let's cartwheel open warrior two. Warrior two. We earn warrior two. Take a nice big stance, warrior two. Yeah, track your right knee, spread open nice and wide. Soften the shoulders down the back. Always pay attention to the back toes. Make sure they're turned in just a tiny bit. It's gonna help the hip. Close your eyes. You can go inward a little. Spread your arms wide. Yeah. As you hold, you'll notice your energy kind of rises and you start to hold on to tension in your neck, your jaw, your face. See if you can relax down into the posture. Flip the palm, reverse the warrior, let the side body get an opening. Come back and find extended side angle A. So A is to the outside of the foot. I'm going to give you an alternative, arm to the top of the thigh, of course. Block to the outside of the foot, low, medium, or high. But what we want to try and do is line the block up so it's really your arm and your leg make a connection. You're rolling your right thigh open. In A, the top arm straight up, or it can come up and forward. You grip your right hip in and you turn your bottom ribs towards the ceiling. Can you make sure you're at the outside of the foot? Hand to the outside of the foot, yeah. Perfect, keep rolling open. The moment that you want to kind of tap out of the pose, come back to your breath. Gene, it looks awesome. Take your right ribs, turn them more towards the mirror if you can. All sorts of fun things happening. Yes, they're called feelings. Yes, we have lots of feelings in this posture. Left hand to the floor. Now see, we're back to this. We already heard it. Come to the fingertips. I want you to come to the top of the mat and cross the ankles, the left foot in front of the right. Yep, come to the fingertips, long spine. Fold. Yep, fold. And then creep a little to the right if you want. You can use the block. Yeah, because it's gonna give you a little bit more feel along that left side. Weight is forward. You got it. Come back to center. What I want you to do is neutralize. You're going to use that same block and you're going to unravel standing on your right leg into Ardha Chandrasana. Yeah, half moon. You're like, I need that block. Yeah. Focusing on your right foot, gripping your right hip forward. Yes. And then a big opening. If you want to add anything here, you're welcome to. Binding, floating, flying, or just be still and be in the pose. Take your right ribs, everybody, and keep turning them. Yeah. And make sure your right foot stays forward. Grip your right hip in. Regular half moon if you added anything fun in. Soften the right knee. Take a giant step back, warrior two. Warrior two. Warrior two. You've been here. Flip the palm reverse, and we're going to go right into a B variation of extended side angle. I wanted to give you both today. Yeah, so right into B, and then you'll wrap your arm around. The B's on the inside, and you're nice and open, so you can kind of just go for it. The left arm behind your back, or a full bind if you feel like you could really hook and lift. So when you take a full bind, it's a lean back with your torso and kind of a lift with your right ribs. Yeah. Nice, Kelly. Grip your right hip under you. Even if you're in that version where your arm is resting on your thigh and you're half binding that way, that's a great pick. Couple more breaths. Steer your chest open. Neck is neutral and the crown of the head, just so you know, is moving over that front foot. Unravel the left arm. We're going to keep it tight. Look to the floor, both hands down, plank. Halfway to a push-up. Up dog, smooth. Smooth operation. Hips go up and back, down dog. Slide the left foot forward. Cartwheel up in warrior two. Just go with it. Warrior two. Nice big yummy stance and settle in for a few breaths. Roll your left thigh open. Yeah. Lengthen the tailbone, side ribs long. From fingertip to fingertip, you're energized. That's it. Close your eyes and go inward. A few more breaths. Kind of riding the wave. So as your arms get a little fatigued, your energy kind of moves and shifts. You have to just breathe through it. Make little adjustments. Flip the palm, reverse the warrior, let the side body open first, and then come back through that warrior two and find extended side angle A, or the modified version, right arm reaches straight up or up and over your ear. So just remind you that A is to the outside of your foot. The block can be low, medium, or high, depending on you. Your left hip grips and your bottom left ribs turn. And if having the arm wrapping up and forward doesn't feel good in your body, don't do it. Keep rolling that left thigh open. Keep turning those bottom ribs. Stay with it. Awesome job. Jess was watching me. She was like, turn off the humidifier. I can read her brain. Right hand to the floor, right heel pops up. Spring to the top and crisscross the feet. See if you can get the right foot in front of the left. Yeah. Long spine. Baby toes are together, heels are a little apart. Exhale, folds. First go down the center. I always like to check in, especially lower back is sensitive. Don't just go right to, that left side. Yeah. Perfect. And then you go a little left. When you drape a little left, you may find that using the block is helpful. Come back to center, come to the fingertips, pause. Focus on the left foot, use the block. Make sure you're low or medium or high with that block, and then unravel into half moon standing on your left leg. Perfect. The left foot has to stay forward, so you're gripping of that left hip in and up. Flex the right toes, and then find any variation of this that you want to kind of play with for the next few breaths. If you are kicking, I'll remind you that the bind should go behind you. Yeah. Side ribs long, a nice, even opening. Regular half moon if you added anything in. Nice job. Transition back to warrior two. Do it slowly, safely. Nice big stance. Reverse that warrior just to keep that side body open. And find your way to the B variation. So that's the inside with the block or arm to thigh. And you can add a bind, half bind, full bind. So Kelly, when you're going to bind your arm from the inside, your bottom left arm from the inside. There you go. So much easier. And then I want you to like straighten your arms because I know you can. And I want you to hook up. So lift up with your torso and then lean back towards Megan. There you go. When you lean back, just reminding you guys, you're not leaning with your neck. You're leaning with your chest. So it's a back bend and a hip opener. Good. Any variation that you can hold and breathe in for the next few breaths. Keep sitting. Grip that left hip. Turn those bottom ribs. Left hand down, right arm up. Keep it tight and close to the floor. Just circle it down. Find your way to plank. Plank position, lean on your right hand, Vashisthasana side plank while you're here. I like to stagger the feet. I find that my hips are much better aligned, but you can stack the feet. You can go back to the modified variation. You could do the modified variation with a half bind. Perfect. Watch the top hip that doesn't roll open. Alignment looks really good, Jackie. Everyone's energy really calmed down. It just shows you that yoga works. Yeah, I'm also playing the Moody Blues. I'm traveling you back into time. Plank position. This one's for my mom. Yeah, and Jody Paul. Lean on your left hand. Gotta love the Moody Blues. Top arm up and forward. Listen, modify if you feel like you can't sustain the pose. Yeah, or stagger the feet. Yeah. Flex your right foot. Strong if you're in the modified variation. 2 more breaths. You got this. Plank. Add in a push-up or just go back to dog if you had enough. Up dog. Hips go up and back, down dog. Let's look to the top of the mat. Let's step our feet or float. Long spine. Fold. Root to rise. Come all the way up. Drag it to prayer. Drop your arms. I want to put everything together. You're going to stand on your right leg. You're going to make a figure 4 with your left leg. Yeah. Your arms are going to come up towards the sky. We're going to take it a little different if you're open to it. Sit deep. Chair. So first, what I want you to do is really sit into your right heel and really flex your left foot strong. Then you're going to drag your hands to prayer, okay? What's going to happen is your left elbow is going to hook to the inside of your right arch or somewhat close, or you could place the block high next to the left foot, and you could take a little twist by taking your left hand down to the block. You got it, Amy? Yep, and then the right arm will peel. So if you can't get your elbows to hook in a prayer, you're going to take the block and place it down. You got it, Jess? And you'll peel. Right hand down. Hands to your hips. Don't let the left foot touch. Yep. Hands on your hips. Step your left foot back 3 feet. Walk your right foot over to the right. Right hand stays on hip. Left arm extends up. Inhale the breath. Exhale, come forward, twisting triangle. These 2 poses together are really nice. Use the block though, and bring the floor to you. Yeah. Right hand can stay on the flat part of your back if you feel like it's going too much into that low back SI. You shouldn't be twisting there. Spine is long. The twist is through your ribs. Looking sideways, looking up. Steer your hips back. Hands to the earth. Step to the top of the mat. Feet hips width apart. Long spine. Fold. Root to rise. Come all the way up. Drag it to prayer. Drop your arms. Stand on your whatever leg that was. Left leg and cross the right ankle. Flex the right foot strong. Bring the arms up. Sit deep. Sit way back. Take your time. Hands to prayer. You're going to start to twist. So if the elbow doesn't get close to the instep of that right foot, find a position for the block. So ideally, I would like the block to the outside of the right foot, but for some of us, you need to place it more central. Yeah. Perfect. Yes. It's, everyone's bodies are different. So you just have to find what works. That's fine, Jackie. Just keep flexing. Perfect. Hand could be on the flat part of your back too if having your arm up doesn't feel good. Look sideways, try not to look back. The tendency around the eyes. Center hands to your head. Your right foot touch, come off, drag your right. Walk the left foot a little to the left. Right hand Right, left hand on hip, right arm up. Inhale the breath. You're going to come down and find that twisting triangle. It's going to feel good after doing that. Find the position for the block that kind of neutralizes your spine. That way you can really get the twist. Lift your right hip up and back. There you go, Jody. Jody squares. Yeah. Another one, you don't want to look back, look sideways, look up. That's going to help out a lot. Scissor your inner and outer thighs together as you twist. Left hand to the floor. Step to down dog, please. Roll forward to plank. Halfway to a push-up. Up dog is smooth. Hips go up and back, down dog. Slide your right foot forward, crescent lunge. Come on up. Last standing pose. No pigeon. You'd be like, you'd be like weird without this today. Drag your hands to prayer, lean way out, hook the elbow and twist. Pigeon's neck. I think. We'll see how it goes. If you get here, your legs feel like they can't support the pose, please drop. Grip your right hip in, twist a little deeper. An extra breath. Left foot forward, crescent lunge. Keep it together. It's like glue. Rise. Drag it to prayer at heart. Inhale the breath, lean way out. Hook the elbow and twist. So it's like we started with the standing flow with this, and now we finished the standing flow with this. Grip your left hip in. It has the nature to kind of want to wing out. Yeah. Spine stays nice and long. Activation of your back legs only going to help you. A little more breath is definitely going to help too. Hands to the floor. Vinyasa of choice. Meet me in a down dog and then sweep your right knee forward for the wonderful half pigeon. The half pitch. Yeah. Danielle, how does that feel for your knee? I'm just curious.
Yeah.
It's okay?
It's not this knee.
It's the other knee, but does it hurt? No. The opportunity to melt into this. Yeah. Stay a little longer. Which? Left side. I like to switch to a down dog, but totally up to you how you get there. Left knee forward, set it up, and then melt into it. So the biggest thing in half pigeon is, aside the alignment, is to keep your mind quiet, because it's easy when you kind of get here to get distracted. Stay a little longer. Come up nice and slow. Lean onto your left side, swing your right leg forward. Lay down on your backs, bring your blocks nearby. So before we move into back bends, just a drop of core. You're gonna lay on your back, you're gonna make a tabletop with your legs. Yeah, tabletop with your legs. So your just legs are in space, laying down. Yeah. Perfect. You're gonna reach your arms forward towards the front skinny edge of the mat. Now, put your hands behind that. It's micro movements. Your punch forward, so little movements forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're going to cross over. Your left hand will go on top of your right hand over towards, yep, over towards the side of your thigh, and you'll crunch slow. So you want to keep everything in alignment. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Give me another 10, 9, 8. The slow, small movement. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take it to the other side. Right hand comes on top of the left, and it's a slow pulse. 1, 2, 3, 4. Neck is neutral. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Give me a last 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Very good. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hug your knees towards your navel. Give them a squeeze. Then take the feet directly down on the mat and set up for bridge. Lift your hips up. Use blocks, not whatever works best for you. If you want to slide something underneath your low back, yeah, you could take it a little bit more passive. I like blocks under the feet. Yeah. One other way to take it is to separate your feet a little wider, which I actually find for a lot of us. Breath in, take a big breath out, set up for second set, full wheel, or repeating what you just did. Inhale the breath, exhale, lift up. So if you're going to go to a full wheel, press straight up. Try not to come to the crown of the head. Feet forward, thighs forward. That's it. Neck neutral, so you're not crunching in. Exhale the breath lower down. If you're on a block, lower your feet, remove the block out, hug your knees in. Great. And reach for the outer blades of your feet for a happy baby. Pull the knees around your rib cage. Yeah, neck stays nice and neutral. If you can't reach your feet, just reach for the sides of your thighs. That works just as good. And then bring the legs together and just drop the knees together over to the right and hips a little to the left as you supine twist. So see if you can keep the knees stacked in line with the hips. Right hand can come to the outside of the thigh. Just encourage that twist. Come through center and just drop your knees over to the left, upper body to the right. You're going to need to move your hips a little bit over to the right to catch it. Come up to center, hug your knees in, give them a big squeeze. And find your way into Shavasana. Complete rest, guys. Complete rest. The next 2 or 3 minutes are truly a gift. It's definitely the hardest pose. So see if you could just hit it and enjoy it. Big breath in. Loud, complete exhale, breath out. If you prefer to finish your practice staying down and just being quiet, please do so. If you're ready to re-enter, bring your arms up over the top of the head. Nice full stretch. Use your chest and I'm not saying that works best for you this morning. Sitting up nice and tall. Take a moment to just feel. It's like you get undone. Every time you come to your mat, you get undone and then you get put back together. So think of your practice that way. It's truly a gift. Hands to prayer, bow your head, have some gratitude. It's the best attitude. Lift the head, open the eyes. Namaste. Go out there. Keep on trucking. And I'll see you next week. Maybe. Let me know if you have any questions. Now I'm headed to the spear.